Shamaku, when I first started, I was doing... I mean, I could sit down for an hour and make 50 to 80 grand, really without breaking a sweat. So I don't know if something has changed.
Ship released.
But granted, I did notice that making money in general became just a little bit more difficult the closer I got to Seoul. So I don't know what that's all about. But it's definitely a thing. Alright, and let's balance things and then boost engineering by a notch.
Drive charging.
That's a lot of shit. Hello? Are there no stations? Alright, there we go. Let's get that baby going. We'll go ahead and put her in the blue. That'll take a little while. I think I'm going to need to mix it up a little bit. You know, you get too much of any one game and it gets a little bit boring. You gotta say good things about the musical part of this game, though. It seems to really fit. You know, when you get into combat, the music changes. When you're kind of just doing this long trek from A to B thing, the music seems pretty good and appropriate. Pretty good soundtrack. And maybe I'm just missing a more immersive storyline because I'm not going off to side stuff. But, I mean, the closest we get to a storyline seems to be stuff that relates to missions you take that would get you associated with one faction or another, right? So, like, the one that I passed up a few planets back about finding some part or whatever to get more in with the Federation. I guess I'd like to see a little bit more engaging storytelling, right? Like, who are the big corporate players and what kind of weird stuff's going on? And I don't know. Maybe it doesn't lend itself to something where really you are your ship. I think that Star Citizen is absolutely going to have a lot of that. You're going to get a lot of weird, particularly because there's the first-person aspect to it. I mean, And that kind of blows your mind, right? You'll be able to draw all the way down to being a dude with a specific kind of weapon in your hand, shooting at another dude across the room, all the way up to you could be in a gigantic frigate taking on a fleet of spaceships. I mean, that's pretty freaking epic. Or is that too much? I guess some gamers would just really dig this kind of thing, right? You just want to be your ship. You just want to go from A to B, or from target 1 to target 2 and take them out, right? You don't want to fuss with a lot of the housekeeping, really, that's going to take place in Star Citizen. I don't know if everyone has seen the boarding video. I think I talked about this yesterday when I was doing a little bit of twitching. Where they showed Star Citizen first-person shooting, I think in a boarding scenario, right? Where guys were... They seem to be in a boarding scenario. I think if I remember it right, in the windows of the thing they were fighting in, you could see stars, you could see them, they were rotating, so they were clearly out in space, in something in space. But that's just kind of awesome. I mean, to think you could hook up with your buddies, be in your constellation, dock with another ship that you've just taken out its engines or whatever, and then fight for the ship. That's pretty amazing right there. All right, we're about 1:40 out according to the timer here, which obviously is a variable thing. It's not necessarily 1-to-1 to seconds and minutes. I like to keep it in the blue. It used to be if you kept it in the blue, you didn't have to worry about the slowdown warning and all that stuff. My assumptions may be wrong, but I assumed that's what was supposed to happen, but now I find it frequently telling me I need to slow down more. What's interesting is I'm not seeing I'm surprised at the things that don't show up on the radar. See, now we're clearly... Yeah, see, the seconds we're counting off much slower than a normal second. Let's get down to a certain range, and then I'll kick it back down to the blue here. Maybe get around to 5,000 light seconds out. Yeah, maybe just 1,000. You don't need to be that crazy. Okay. Probably getting to be a good idea to start thinking about slowing down. What do you think's missing from this game at this point? Anything? talked about a few things yesterday I thought were missing. For trips like this, sort of an autopilot. I guess they do want to keep you engaged, but I'd say there's plenty of opportunities to introduce things that a pilot could be doing while this thing's autopiloting to a destination. Planning your next cargo run, being able to look at other screens, and it seems like once you come into a system like this, you'd be able to receive a signal from each of the stations saying, here's all the stuff we've got, right? So you could make better use of your time, I think, particularly for the really long hauls. I seem to be going faster than I should be. Yeah. I think I may have to circle around on this one. Yeah. Ow. Oops. There's a lot going on out here. Look at all that stuff on radar. Holy crap. I don't even think I saw this much stuff in Sol System. I think I expected a bigger station. I think I absolutely expected given all the stuff that's floating around out here, I guess I expected this to be one of the larger space stations, but no, well. Toying with hooking up the PC to a 65-inch TV that we just added to the household. Wondering if anybody else has experience with that. Not from a technical how do you do it standpoint. I mean, that's easy enough, but wondering what people's experiences have been with it. It's not the super high-end one, but it is 120 hertz, so megahertz. So I feel comfortable with that. There we go. Gear down.
Landing gear deployed.
Ripley couldn't have done it better.
Engines disengaged.
All right, here we go. Let's see if our business acumen has performed for us, shall we? Profit, yay. Profit, profit, profit. Profit is good. Yay. Profit is very good. Excellent. All right. Let's take a look at where we want to head to next. That's the elephant trunk thing. Okay, yeah. Veta is looking good to me. Veta. Let's go to Veta. Veta, Veta, Veta. Let's see if there's anything here to go to Veta. Oh, come on. Ooh. Why can I not do this? Oh. Oh, it's not. I don't have enough. And they don't trust me enough. Gosh darn it. 47,000 credits. Oh, it hurts me when that stuff happens. Where did I say we're going to go? Veta? None of these are going to Veta. Oh, there we go. Or is it Vetter? Well, I guess I better go look again. It is Vetter. Vetter is where we go. Vetter, Vetter. That's a little bit better, right? Power generators. I like the looks of the power generators. Nice big discrepancy between the 374 here and 631 on galactic average. All right, I think that's our go-to stuff. Yeah, that's our go-to stuff. Cargo full. Submit. Let's find something cheaper to fill up the. Oh no, I'm full.
Maximum
capacity. All right. Repairs. Don't need anything. I'm good. May as well do it just for the heck of it. Let's see what we got. Any money we can make here on this? Yeah, we can sell that. Bam. We can sell that. Now we're talking. And then we go here, and we go to navigation, and go to Vetter. Vetter. And there's Vetter. All right. Zippity-doo. What about you all who do this cargo thing? What are the things you find to be the most profitable? What are the most profitable regions of space? Do you find that there are more profitable regions of space, or if you kind of putz around in any area, eventually you make money in big, hefty piles? Because inquiring minds want to know. There's better. All right. And we're unlocked.
Frameshift drive charging.
Now, the buddy of mine that I've mentioned before, he actually has an Oculus Rift that he's using with this. So that's kind of cool. And he digs it. He says it's the best thing ever. I've messed with an Oculus Rift, but not in this game. I think I saw the Dev 1 version, and they had like a sample thing that you could do. And that was really it. I haven't had a chance to see the second version. The second version is in true 1080p. That's pretty sweet. I don't think the first one was. I think it might have been 480p. And there were also some other weird things. I mean, it was those early versions had trouble with synchronization of the two eyes and that kind of thing. So really nice to see that at this computer electronics show there were some more players stepping into the marketplace. We all win when lots of different people want to make the same product. So that's awesome. I think probably we'll see in a year, maybe two, total mainstream awesomeness for the 3D stuff. Still not sure that the ultimate solution is a helmet thing. I guess it kind of has to be in the near term. Also not sure that standing on like for the first person experience, standing on a weird pad with a thing around your waist and magical shoes is going to be the way things work out in terms of virtual reality moving forward. But I've been poking around in computers long enough to remember all the various bizarre virtual reality things that popped up in the 90s, and was enough in the tech world that I used to get to see all that stuff in many cases, in a couple of cases, before like anyone on the planet. Well, not before anyone on the planet, obviously. My company frequently didn't make it, but we would often get exposed to some pretty cool things. Before flat screen LED and plasma TVs were really any kind of a consumer thing at all, I was working for a company that was getting exposed to some pretty amazing stuff in relation to that technology from the main manufacturers, or who became the main manufacturers for those things. So it's always kind of cool to get the inside scoop every now and then on tech stuff. I used to get, back in the good old days, I was in an industry where I used to get free stuff from game companies all the time. So I was on a list. I actually was on an EA list for maybe 6 years, where I got early copies of everything, like sometimes when it was in alpha and in beta, for a variety of reasons. But even after I stopped working in that specific industry, I was still on their list. So while I didn't get the alphas and betas anymore, I'd get a free copy of the actual game when it came out. I mean, it would be as if I ordered, the awesome edition. So, and for a while, up until just a few years ago, EA was still sending me one of everything, which was awesome. And that was cool. But I've had to start paying for my games now for a few years. And you know what? Given how much I've spent on games like Star Citizen, I think whatever cosmic bucket of money exists out there, the karma, the yin-yang of buying and playing and getting games, given how much money I've given to Star Citizen, I think I may have balanced it out in terms of the number of free games I've gotten versus how much money I've given to the world, to the universe of gaming. But I'll tell you what, there's getting a free games, it may be great, but it amazes me how there was a period of time there, because unfortunately that period of time when I was tending to get free games from EA was when EA games were sucking. I mean, there was a pretty long period of time there where you one out of every 5 or 6 games was any good, and the majority of them just sucked. There was a dearth of bad there. We're talking, this is going way back in the 90s, but it was not a happy time for the gamers of the world. When people were talking about how the PC was dead, and gaming would no longer be happening on it because of all these consoles. And I've gamed on consoles. I've gamed on PCs. I'm absolutely a PC guy. If I don't have my mouse, I'm a sad panda. But I think there's room for both, and I actually think in general it's been a really good thing, particularly for the games that have a lot of immersion that have made the move over to console, where maybe a casual gamer who really never even, whose most immersive gaming experience up till now may have been Pac-Man. Now they're getting exposed to these games like Oblivion that are just really immersive, really challenging, and has really gotten them into gaming in a whole new way, right? I mean, those of us who are older, I'm an older guy. I had my very first computer in the late 70s, when I was, I was in elementary school when I started going out working summers to save up enough money to buy a leading edge Model D. Go ahead and Google that. And that was my very first computer. My next computer was an Apple II with a CPM 80 column card and all this other stuff, and it was, dual 5 1/4 inch floppies, and my green screen display, which I upgraded to an amber display at some point. So, I've been doing this for a long time. Ooh, look at that. Paintwork. What the hell? My paintwork? What the hell does that even mean? I don't get it. What does that even mean? My paintwork needed a touch-up? Is that what just happened? That's weird. Alright. No, I am not going to do that. Commodities market. Do I have stuff? I think I have stuff, right? I bought something. There. Well, 3 credits. Ugh. Oh my god. What a horrible return on investment. Okay, so shit. That didn't work out as planned. Holy free holies, man. Alright, so I'm trying to go that way. So probably I want to go to LTT 16016. Traffic's looking pretty good that way, though. So I'm not sure. I'm guessing that away I'll be able to... I'm guessing either way will work. I'm gonna go to 16 Cygni. 16 Cygni just looks a little bit more fun. Well, you know what? I can go to 16 Cygni, or I can go to LTT 16016. So we'll see. Let's go back and see if there's an opportunity for a bulletin board thing. No, there's not. Oh, I want to do that so bad. Why can I not do that? Crap-a-llama ding-dong. Alright, so here we go. 16 Cygni, alright. That's not quite so sexy, but it could work. That's 16 Cygni. I don't know, the price is a little too close. So everything's going to 16 Cygni. Wait. Whoa, that's weird. 16 Cygni. 16 Cygni is the one I was doing, right? Apparently there's 2 Cygnis. 16 Cygni, LT 1606. Alright. When they list who is exported to, is that by level of amount they demand, I wonder? LTT 16016 likes this stuff too. Oh, look at the... I like this. I mean, that's nice. There's a huge price difference between the galactic average and what LTT 16016 will pay. Let's give that one a go.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
So let's try going there. LTT 16016. Okay. Alright. Here it goes, baby. Now we're cooking with fire. Fire! Fire, fire. And get a little stabilization going before we take off. Get the thrust up happening. Boom. Gear up.
Landing gear retracted.
Alright. Boom, baby. So as soon as we leave mass lock, we can get going.
Frameshift drive charging.
You see that little signal thing in the lower right-hand corner? So right above fuel, it's got this little waveform thing happening. What the hell is that? Is that supposed to give me any information, or is that just pretty? Is that just Star Trek blinking lights? Okay, let's see what we can find. Oh, look at that. Lee Station. There you go. Bam, baby. Let's go to Lee Station. Ooh, that's new stuff from me. 14 new objects! Holy moly! Well, you know what? Let's stop where we are. And let's... Point. Do a little scanning. That way we'll make a little extra money when we finally sell this map info. Although I do have some ships nearby. I'm not going to worry about that for now. Scanning that. Yeah, that guy's flying right around my 6 from above. I don't know if that's bad news or not. I'm not going to worry about it for the moment. Scanning that. Here I am just sitting out here with my wiener hanging out. Anybody can come along, just chop, chop, chop. No. No. Okay. Too far away. I'm sure this will be too far away too. Alright, so let's go ahead and lock the station. And let's go. Let's make it happen. Let's be all we can be, shall we? Oh, and I'm being interdicted. Quelle surprise. Ah. Nuts. Really hoping to avoid that. Federal security. Jesus, idiots. Get out of my way. Let a man conduct a little business, shall we? Idiots. Can a guy get some business done without the man constantly coming up on his grill? I think I'm a little upset by this, frankly. I hate you. I hate you.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
I didn't even see the exit vector there, which was a little bit off-putting. What's that cluster of lights over there? That's kind of cool looking. What is that? Resource extraction site. I gotta check one of those out. I've never, until today, I'd never seen one of those before. I don't know if they've been in forever or they were added within the last couple of iterations. I think the last time I posted video before yesterday was the last time I played, and it was probably more like a month. Excuse me. You know a game I would love to see remade? Crusader. I don't know if any of you guys have ever played that, but that was an old DOS game. And I remember jumping through a lot of hoops to make sure I could still play it as I upgraded from DOS to like Windows, and then from Windows to like from Windows 95 to XP, or not even Windows whatever. I can't even, whatever Windows was out when it was out. I remember when XP came out, I jumped through a lot of hoops to make sure I could still play Crusader. Crusader is one of those games that I played a lot. I played over and over again. It was just a really good game. And it's funny how you never hear any real chatter about a remake of it or a sequel or anything. It just seems like a perfect candidate for something like that. Yeah, let's go ahead.
Docking request granted.
Oh, there we go. I am not 100% sure which way is the right way on that. Where is the number? Ah, there it is. Yeah, the number almost is always facing away from the main body of the station. Let's go ahead and put the gear down. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Landing gear deployed.
Hello? Yeah, see, it went away. It disappeared again. That's the second time that's happened in a couple of days. Doesn't seem right. Doesn't seem right.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Alright, so here we go. Repair all, refuel all. See, why is that? Why does that? I'm saying it again, I realize, but let's see what we can sell here, peoples. Cargo. I think it was bauxite, was it? That's halfway decent. That's, you know, it's still not as much as I would like. I guess it's better than nothing. Where are we going next? We are going to go for... well, hatch seems like the clear choice, huh? And this is... I'm almost sure this is the way I came. I seem to recall going through the hatch system before. So, let's see if there's any assignments to go to hatch. Ooh, look at that. Haulers for Vator light cargo. No. Where is V2151 Cygni? V1251 Cygni. If it's the wrong way, I ain't going. V1251. Oh, look, there's Chamaku. That's so awesome. V1251. I'm not seeing it. Is that it? V2151 Cygni? I believe it is. Yeah. That's a nice amount of money, but... Is it worth it? Scrap cargo. Nah, you know what? Screw that. So let's figure out where we're gonna go. We're gonna go to hatch. So let's go to hatch. Hatch. Bam. Bam. Hatch. Wow, a lot of trade going that way. Hatch. Nope. Wow, nothing for hatch? Great googly moogly. That's kind of a surprise. Wow, they trade with that 2151 Cygni. Huge. Alright, so maybe I do go to Cygni. Because then I can kind of double team it, right? So... let's go ahead and go to Cygni. We'll accept that. We'll go to the commodities market. We will get a cargo that can go there as well. That's a nice discrepancy there. No. Well, I like this. This was a good one. So let's take this and buy some of that.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
All right. V2151 Signy. And then we exit out of there, and we exit out of there, and we go. Just a little side trip. Just a little money-making side trip.
Ship released. Engines engaged. Landing gear retracted.
Let's get ourselves pointed in the right direction. Ugh. It's going to be obscured by the damn planet. Let's go ahead and scan this bad boy. I think that's going to be too far. Yeah, that's going to be way too far. Yep. So let's go ahead and go to Signy. See, now this is one thing that's annoying when there's something that's in the way. You kind of have to... You can't just lock on, right? Because it'll be obscured. Right? Destination target obscured. So you have to go in here and you have to lock onto something else in the system. So... let's say you want to lock on to that. Okay?
Frameshift drive charging.
You don't change
4,
your direction
2,
because you're going into local frame shift instead of system-to-system frame shift. You go ahead and get yourself going fast. Get yourself past this planet. Change the thing you've got focused. See this kind of manual crap you gotta do? Makes no sense to me at all. None whatsoever.
Frameshift drive
Say,
charging.
does that make sense to you? What it should do is not say it's obscured, but say going into frame shift, go into frame shift, say navigate away from obstruction, and then give you the opportunity to do this. Whoa, what was that? That was odd. I suppose I should... I wonder if... am I just pissing and moaning too much, or should I actually submit that to their website? I don't even know if they care. I don't even know if they care what we have to say about this stuff. Earhart's hub. All right, let's do's it. And what do you like most and least about Elite Dangerous? This weight crap is... It so disengages me when I'm doing this weight crap. I think when I'm in this view, I want to see what my options are differently. I would love to see a list that's interactive, that pops up. So instead of me having to go to the side display, I should see something that pops up here that says, you know, this has been detected, scanning. And then it starts scanning it and then tells me what that is, or what it's likely to be, or whatever information it can give me, and present it as an option right then and there. I'd love to have some sort of a concept of almost a mini game when you're in these weird traveling things where you're covering a very long distance. I mean, because all I really have to do is I can say, oh, well, what's this thing over here to the left, right? I've got two things that are showing up as contacts. But in other words, to go to it, I have to kind of go off. I have to deviate from my current course. I'd rather just have some sort of a sensor that I can point at it as I'm going along, doing my thing, to have it give me a little bit more insight into what that's about. It seems to me, if I've got sensors that can tell me about a planet, if I aim it at an unidentified signal source and I scan it, I can get a little bit of information. Why can't I identify that signal source with my scanners? Does that make sense at all? That's what I want. That's what I want. So that as I'm heading for my primary objective, I can evaluate whether or not I want to get involved with these other side objectives. I just think it's kind of a missed opportunity. If you watched yesterday's stream, that was just painful. That was a painful 45 minutes of I have to just go to this place with really nothing. I mean, I want to stay on course, and if something really enticing pops its head up, maybe I want to take a side trip, but, you know, I don't know how. It's completely unknown in most cases, well, in every case, what that thing is, right? What's the point of sensors if I can't tell what an unidentified signal source is without actually going to that signal source? I mean, I want sensors to actually do something. All right. Those are pretty. I like those. And you know what? The seamless I'm out here in space and then I'm inside the station to dock experience, that's pretty darn epic. I got to admit. Because clearly it's already, you know, doing a rendering job of the inside. I mean, it's already in the currently loaded world. I mean, that's one reason why we have to go through that frame shift drop in, drop out thing. It's because it's got to load that stuff. And it's pretty awesome. It's hard to call it anything other than cool. And I am on pad 12. There is pad 12. Let's get the gear down.
Landing gear deployed.
Oh,
Docking successful.
so awesome.
Disengaged.
All right, we accomplished a lot this trip. We managed to actually get a cargo that we can take, which was oh so swell. Bam, thank you very much. Give the cargo. Give me my monies. Federation up %. Influence, yeah, okay. That's where's the screen where I can kind of see all that stuff without? Is that this screen? Reputation. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's sweet. Signy Independence. Up 61. Influence. Great. All right. I don't even know what that means. Finance. Cargo insurance. Ship insurance. How do I... Well, how do I change that? Can I get more insurance? Current assets. Credits spent on outfitting. That's kind of neat. Combat. Bounties claimed 18. Profit from bounties 48. Crimes. Or crime. Fines issued 10. Lifetime fines value. Yeah, that sucks. Smuggling. Black market network 4. Black market profit. Average profit. Highest single transaction. Trading. That's not right. That's not right. That's not the highest single transaction I've ever had. Well, maybe, okay. It may have been before the full on. You know what? I bet that all reset once it went where everyone could just buy it. That's got to be it. Because I had, yeah, and there's no way that that's my total trading profit because I paid like 80,000 for the ship I bought. Commodities traded. Average profit. Yeah, see, that's all based on the newest stuff, I guess. Wow, I didn't even know that screen was there. Permits? I have no permits. Founders World Permit. Unfriendly? I don't understand that. How am I unfriendly? That just seems odd to me. I'm not really sure how that happens. All right. So we did that. Let's go to the commodities market and let's work our magic. I bought some cargo, right? Yeah, there we go. Bam. Oh, yes. Okay, some halfway decent profit for a change. There we go. Now we're talking. We already did this. We already did repairs, right? Contacts. Ooh, there's a black market here. That's kind of nice. I don't have anything illegal to sell. I don't think I have any of these. Nope. Outfitting. Internal. Ooh, look at that. They've got everything. Achi machi. Nothing I can afford, unfortunately. Power plant. Power capacity is lower. Why would I do that? Thrusters. Let's see what we got there. Mass is higher and power draw is higher. Negatively affects my range. Engine optimal mass goes up. Maximum mass goes up. You know what? I'd rather upgrade my frame shift drive before I did that. Maximum fuel per jump. Optimal mass, power draw, health, integrity, rating. What about range? I mean, oh, see, there we go. It would boost that range. Range would go down. Range goes up. Let's compare to what I've got right now. See, so the rating's better. The mass is higher. Integrity is better. Do I want to do it? How much would it cost me? 17,000 credits. Maybe the thrusters thing, though. Well, you know what? Well. Look at that. Holy moly. That'd be sweet, getting that kind of range. Life support, fuel tank, shield generator, Can I... Less of a power draw. Shield generator. Basic discovery scanner. Holy mackerel, look at that. 1.5 million credits for an advanced discovery scanner. Holy moly. Wow. All right, so maybe thrusters. Do I need God, do I want to do thrusters? Yeah, let's go ahead and upgrade the thrusters. Can I not... Can I not use in-game credits to buy this stuff? Alright. Let's figure out where we're going to go next. Elephant's trunk. Oh, look at that. There's Chamaku. 14. Is it in range? No, it is not. But not far. I'm back home here, baby. So let's go to Ross. I like Ross. I used to do a lot of stuff at Ross. Ross and me were like this. So let's exit this. Let's go to the bulletin board. See if we got anything for Ross. We got nothing for Ross. Go to the commodities market. And... Ross 765 is what we're shooting for here. Ross 765 and Ross 765. I like that one. There's a nice big $150 potential boom there. And everybody needs food, right? Why did the little voice not tell me my cargo hold is full? Anybody? Anybody want to tell me that? Oh. It's because my thrusters. It's because I bought my thrusters. Damn it. I can go 10.15. Let's see if LFT 1664 needs the same shit. Damn it. Yes, it does. So we're going to LFT 1664. LFT 1664. Boing. Boing. So stupid. I can't believe I did that. I do that all the time. Well, that was an unfortunate... yeah, you know what? I think in the big scheme of things, it's always smarter to upgrade your frame shift drive first, you know?
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
So I'm gonna come. Maybe I can make a little more money. I need to get back up to about 20 grand, then I can update my upgrade my frame shift drive. Once you know the border of what is reasonable seems to be right around 15. You really want to be able to go 13 to 15, I think, in order for you to have kind of an effective range.
Docking request granted.
There we go. Landing pad 1. On the wrong side of the damn thing. Oh, look at that. This is a little piratey kind of a thing. Great. So maybe what I'll do is engage in a little piratey action. Whoa. Stop.
Landing gear deployed.
That was a bit awkward. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to scratch up your pad. Sorry. That's me. My bad. Sorry. Alright, so refuel. Let's see if I got anything from the... Nope, nothing I can sell. Commodities. Let's see if there's any of this crap I can sell. Profit. Good enough for me. Exit. Outfitting. I would really like to upgrade my frame shift drive now, please. No, I cannot. No, we'll take it down. So, all right. So let's. Now that I know this thing is here, let's go ahead and fool around on this system. I haven't really done this before. Is there anything exciting here? No. So let's go ahead and just try to let's go to some signals. Unidentified signals and see what we can find and come back here and sell it. Unsanctioned outpost.
Ship released. Engines engaged.
Woo, baby. All right, so let's go like we're going to the nav beacon.
Cannot comply.
There's usually a lot of action going on at the nav beacon. But we'll just we'll do some shenanigans in this system since we know we got a pirate base we can go to. Let's balance everything out. Go a little bit for engineering.
Landing gear
Put the gear up
retracted.
because not putting your gear up is stupid. And then let's do
Frameshift drive charging.
disruptive mass.
3, 2, 1. Engage.
All right. What's that? Okay. I'd love to get a little more mileage on this new gun. Federal dropship? What the hell's a federal dropship? Now, my understanding is that if you want to shoot at things, nav beacons are the place to do it. In addition to the unidentified signal sources where you can often find stuff to just pick up. And I'm going to do that. Well, wait a minute. Let's do that first. If I can just pick that stuff up, then I can go back to the piratey thing and be a happy camper. Come on, there we go. And let's balance everything out a little bit here.
Frameshift charge detected.
suck shit. God, I was doing better manually. What the hell?
Under attack.
Yay! I'm awesome.
Cargo scoop deployed.
Should I not scoop that right in front of these guys?
Cargo scoop retracted. Cargo scoop deployed.
Here we go. Just keep that crap right in the crosshairs. And bango, bingo, bongo. Some silver. So I forget what the other stuff was. Indite? Whatever. You know, one thing I think that's important when you're first doing this is you don't have to have a death grip on your joystick, you know? In fact, I think you serve yourself better when you just keep a real gentle grip. Sometimes I get a little intense, and suddenly I realize, just relax. Okay, that was an exit point. So let's go ahead and jump back to Shull, because that's awesome. Because now I have some junk I can sell. Plus I got a bounty to collect. Life is good. Let's go ahead and even things out a little bit towards engineering.
Cannot comply.
Oh, sorry.
Frameshift drive charging.
Let's see how much money that made us, huh?
3.
Let's see if they'll even buy any of that junk.
Engage.
believe all that stuff will identify itself as stolen at this point, so if I'm interdicted, I'm going to try to avoid it. And I've been to the Shoal settlement, so why is it still showing me that exclamation point? Huh? I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. So target behind me and to the right. About my 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock position. Not real sure what they're up to. Hopefully I can dock before shenanigans ensue. Alright, here we go. We're getting in close. Still got that guy in my 4. Ooh, he's coming in closer. There he is. Oh, that was nice. So he's just going the same place I am, I guess. Pad 3, baby. There we go. There's pad 3 up top.
Landing gear deployed. Docking successful.
Wow, that's
Engines
nice.
disengaged.
All right, let's see what kind of profit we made on that. Let's refuel. Contacts, black market. I want to sell illegal goods. I got some silver. Oh, yeah. Excellent. Excellent. 15 grand. I like it. I like it a lot. Got a bounty. Oh, it is so sweet. How much money have I got? Have I got enough to outfit myself with a better frame shift now? Frame shift drive. Hey, baby. Yeah, let's do it. All right, hot diggity dang. I don't think I have anything I can sell. Oh, there's something I can sell. Confirm. Exit. That's nice. That's a nice. Let's do that again. That's actually a nice little chunk of change.
Engines engaged. Landing gear retracted.
Let's go with nav beacon again. That was worked out well.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Alright. We be jamming. Alright, creeping up on lunchtime. Made a few bucks. Upgraded my thrusters. Upgraded my FSD. Very nice. What's that? Unidentified signal source. Let's do it! Hello? Where did the signal source go? Oh, did I pass it already? Wowzers. Alright. Let's see what we can get done here. Let's see if we got... Okay, we've got 3 guys that are probably... Alright.
Frameshift drive charging.
Kind of interesting, just 3 dudes kind of traveling along. I've never actually seen that at one of those before. That's not the one I just did, right? No, I don't think it is anymore.
Drive charging.
I've never even made it to the nav beacon. I keep finding all this other stuff to check out. I guess that's a good thing, huh? The reason I keep going back is I'm looking for unidentified signal sources that aren't in my field of view. So I know those will typically pop up in the info, but I like to look at the thing just because I do. See, there's one right there. It's gonna be awfully close to the freaking sun, man. Go.
Scan detected. Target shields offline. Under attack.
Come on!
Target shields offline.
My new thrusters and engines have really screwed shit up.
Target shields online. offline. Target shields online. Target shields offline. Target shields online. Scan detected. Target shields offline. Under attack. Target shields online.
I gotta do something about my power, man.
Target shields offline. Target shields online. Target shields offline. Target shields online. Target shields offline.
Nice.
Scan detected.
That's a good chunk of change right there, bad boys. Let's find out about the rest of these monkeys. Who are you? Oh, you're federal security. Good afternoon, officer. As soon as you guys split, I'm gonna capture this stuff. Here, let me put my guns away. Yeah. Good to see you, officers.
Cargo scoop deployed.
Ear grubs. I don't even know what does that even mean? I guess I don't want to do that while he's right there, huh? You guys really need to go away now so I can pick this stuff up. Please go away. Your other buddies, as soon as that was over, everybody left. Why am I not afforded the same thing? Yeah, see, I don't want to pick that up because then you'll scan me. I think they're going. Shit. They're coming back toward me.
Scan detected.
Shit! The jig is up!
Cargo scoop retracted. Frameshift drive charging. Ready to engage.
Damn it! I got my...
4, 3,
Damn it!
1. Engage.
Jinkies, the cops. That just sucks. 25 grand. I gotta pay 25 grand in fees. That just hurts. Crap-a-lama ding-dong. I wonder how I could have avoided that. Ah, yeah, you know what? I should have grabbed 2 or 3 and then bolted. As soon as they started to come nearby, I should have bolted. As soon as I saw them. If I was smart, I would have bolted. Dagnabbit. That hurts my feelings. That 25,000 hurts my feelings bad. Because it's bad. It's bad. It's bad. Because then it also makes me wanted, right? Doesn't it also make me wanted? I don't see wanted over my name, but... That sucks. Very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate and expensive.
Landing gear deployed. Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Dang it. It's very upsetting. It's very, very upsetting. I almost never make more than what it cost me. In other words, in the past, when I've had black market stuff on me, the fine was way more than what I made. Yeah, and that's going to be the case this time, too. Damn it! So upsetting. So upsetting. See, and that eats up all the profits of what I just went through. So upsetting. So how much money do I have now? Ah! Just painful! Power plant. So I need a better power plant, and I cannot afford it. Yeah, so I need like 50K to get my power plant. Alright, so let's launch. Let's go out and do this again. Be a little bit more cautious about the fuzz. That's frustrating. Frustrating!
Ship release.
I'm very disappointed!
Landing gear retracted.
25 grand. Shaka jaka. You know what I should have done? I should have done silent running. That's what I should have done. I should have done silent running. I hadn't even thought of it. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I bet that would have. I bet that would have mitigated that situation.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
You know, but maybe, and the nav beacons maybe aren't all the best place to try and get away with that kind of thing, because I think that there's always federal forces sort of patrolling the nav beacon. Let's go with that. I think the unidentified signal sources are places where you'll find that kind of stuff, but then the forces leave. I think then the feds leave once whatever the shenanigans are taken care of. I think they split. See how the screen's zoomed in now? I don't like that. I prefer it when it just kind of sticks with the same amount of zoom that it's always had. I don't understand why it does that. Like when you're doing something more intense, it seems to zoom in and then stick you there. Whoa! What is all that? Wedding barge? I'd hate to break up a wedding.
charging. Ready to engage. 2, 1, engage.
It's nice to see that out here in the universe, folks are still finding love. It's a beautiful thing. Space love. Zero gravity sex. Yeah. Alright, let's give this one a go. No more marriage barges, please. That's kind of nice, though. I mean, that's variety I wasn't seeing before, so they're clearly trying to roll more interest now. Is this going to be into that marriage barge again? See, that shouldn't be another random thing. It is. It's the damn wedding barge again. See, it shouldn't show up as... It just shouldn't show up as a thing for me, because I've already seen it. I already know what it is. I've been to it.
Frameshift drive charging.